All right, let's dive into Fort Lauderdale. We got a guide to living there, in Florida, and we're going to kind of unpack it together.
Sounds good.
Sunshine, beaches, vibrant culture, all that good stuff.
Hmm.
But is it really, is Fort Lauderdale the right spot for you?
Right.
Let's find out.
Well, the guide starts with some history, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, did you know that Fort Lauderdale actually gets its name from, like, real forts?
No way.
Yeah, built during the Seminole Wars.
Huh.
And it's amazing how much it's changed. I mean, it went from these military routes to, like, Venice of America.
Oh, wow. Yeah, all those canals.
Exactly.
It's like every place has these hidden layers, and Fort Lauderdale going from like farming and trading to a total tourist spot shows how adaptable it is.
Yeah, for sure.
What about today? Let's say someone's thinking of moving there with their family.
Okay.
The guide mentions the schools are great, especially in the Broward County public school system.
Exactly. They even mention Fort Lauderdale High specifically, known for its strong academics.
Oh, nice.
It's not one size fits all, though. They also point out some private options, like Pinecrest School,
Okay.
known for being pretty rigorous. So, public, private, different focuses. Fort Lauderdale seems to have choices.
Yeah, sounds like it. Okay, enough about school. What about just enjoying the city?
Sure.
The guide paints this picture of a super diverse food scene. Beachfront seafood at Coconuts, authentic Italian at Louis Bossi's, and get this, Latin Asian fusion at Casa Sensei.
It's interesting, right? It's like different moods, different budgets. You can grab a casual lunch by the beach or have this fancy dinner date.
Yeah,
All in the same city. That's a big plus when you're thinking about where to live, don't you think?
totally, totally. And speaking of variety, let's talk attractions.
Okay.
We've got Las Olas Boulevard. It's bustling, shops, restaurants, art galleries. It's like the heart of everything.
Yeah.
But then you can hop over to Hugh Taylor Birch State Park. Total peace and quiet. Go for a hike, some kayaking, beautiful scenery.
That's the key, right? You've got that city excitement, but then bam, nature's peace. Like 2 vacations in one.
Right.
And then there's the Bonnet House Museum and Gardens for like the history buffs, beautiful architecture, a glimpse into the past.
It sounds like they've really taken care of those historical spots. Says a lot about the city. Now let's talk about what draws a lot of people, outdoor recreation.
Okay, yeah.
Fort Lauderdale is known for its beaches. Of course, the guys mentioned Fort Lauderdale Beach Park, classic spot for sunbathing, water sports.
For sure. But it's not just the beach. Imagine walking or biking along the Riverwalk. It goes along the New River. You get this awesome blend of nature and city life.
Oh, that's cool.
And if you want something even quieter, there's Esplanade Park, perfect for just relaxing. They've really got it all.
So we've got beaches, parks, waterways. It's like an outdoor paradise.
Yeah.
And speaking of vibrancy, the guide talks about some events that bring people together.
Oh, right.
The Las Olas Art Fair seems like a great way to experience the local art scene.
Definitely. And then there's this Seminole Hard Rock Winterfest boat parade. Sounds amazing. Imagine all these decked out boats just going down the waterways.
Wow.
Must be quite a sight.
Definitely sounds like it captures the spirit of Fort Lauderdale. And for something more chill, more family-friendly, there's Movies by Moonlight at Huizenga Plaza.
It's cool how they have all these events, big or small. It really shows they're putting effort into building a sense of community.
Yeah.
Creating memories, shared experiences. That's something to think about when you're choosing a place to settle down.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing how one city can offer so much, huh?
Right.
High energy events, peaceful parks. Fort Lauderdale really does seem to have it all.
And that variety goes for the neighborhoods too.
Oh, yeah.
The guide talks about Victoria Park. It's like this charming historic district.
Yeah.
Easy access to Las Olas Boulevard, but think tree-lined streets, beautiful old homes.
Sounds nice.
Then you've got Harbor Beach, total waterfront luxury. Imagine waking up to views of the Intracoastal Waterway.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's the dream.
Right. It just shows how many different living options there are in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, different lifestyles, different preferences. They've got it all.
Exactly. So whether you're into history, waterfront views, whatever it is, Fort Lauderdale seems to have a neighborhood for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for families who want something upscale and quiet, the guide mentions Coral Ridge. It's fascinating how each area has its own vibe, but it all adds to the city's charm.
It's like all these puzzle pieces coming together to make something really vibrant and unique.
Yeah, yeah.
So, taking a step back, what stands out to you most from all this? What about Fort Lauderdale really grabs your attention?
For me, it's the mix. History, outdoor stuff, and a real cultural scene.
Yeah,
It's not just a beach town, you know.
yeah,
It's got depth, character.
I get it. And you can tell they've put effort into keeping that history alive while still moving forward. That balance is important, right?
Yeah.
You get the unique identity, but also modern amenities and opportunities.
It's like they found this perfect blend of old and new. We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We
We've
have.
talked about Fort Lauderdale's history, starting as a military outpost, then becoming this vibrant hub, Venice of America.
And we talked about the school, the amazing food, the attractions from busy shopping streets to peaceful parks and historical sites.
Right, right.
And of course, all those outdoor activities, beaches, waterways, plenty of ways to stay active.
Yeah, and what really struck me was the focus on community and events. It seems like Fort Lauderdale's all about bringing people together.
It does. Festivals, parades, even just movie nights in the park.
Yeah, exactly. It shows a real effort to create that sense of belonging.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Fort Lauderdale, it's history, culture, nature, a welcoming vibe, all in this sunny coastal setting. You can really build the life you want there.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up our look at this city, I want to ask you, the listener, what part of Fort Lauderdale life speaks to you the most?
Is it the history, the arts and culture, all the outdoor activities, or maybe that strong sense of community?
Right.
What makes you curious? What makes you want to learn more? We encourage you to dig deeper, maybe even visit some of the places we've mentioned. Who knows, maybe Fort Lauderdale could be your new home.
And don't forget to check out that full guide you sent us. It's got even more detail about this amazing city.
Yeah, definitely. But before we go, I have one last thought for you.
Okay.
Thinking about everything we've learned, what do you think would surprise people most about Fort Lauderdale?
Ooh, good question.
Is it those hidden historical gems, the unexpectedly diverse food scene, maybe the thriving art community? Take some time to think about that.
Yeah, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep. And who knows, maybe you'll discover something about yourself along the way.
That's the beauty of exploring, isn't it? You're not just discovering new places, you're discovering new perspectives and possibilities.
Yeah, it really has been a journey. And speaking of journeys, like actually moving to Fort Lauderdale, that can be a whole other thing.
Oh, yeah, logistics, paperwork, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Right. And that's where a local expert can be a lifesaver. Finding the right real estate agent can save you so much time and stress.
Not to mention money.
Exactly. Speaking of, have you heard of Antonio Ortega LLC?
I have, yeah. They're based right in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
Specialize in helping people find their dream homes there.
And they really know their stuff, like the local market, the different neighborhoods, all the ins and outs of buying or selling property.
It's not just about the transaction for them. They actually care about connecting people with the right homes and communities.
Yeah, I get that feeling. And get this, they have a special offer for our listeners. If you mention this deep dive when you contact them, you can get 10% of their fee back towards your closing costs.
Wow, that's a great deal, especially for a big move like this.
Huge savings. So if you're serious about Fort Lauderdale, head over to AntonioOrtegaLLC.com.
Yeah, check out their listings, learn more about their services, and don't forget to mention our deep dive to get that discount.
Right. Well, thanks for joining us on this exploration of Fort Lauderdale.
It's been fun.
We hope you enjoyed it and maybe learned something new about this amazing city.
Yeah, until next time, keep exploring.